Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday morning. Thank you for basically starting your week off. I'm sure you've all been super busy all morning already, but thank you for starting your Monday off with us, your week off with us. My name's JD. If you don't know who I am, I'm your Digital Marketing and Technologies Manager. I see a lot of names that I recognize here, so it's good to have you guys here. And welcome to our first of two Digital Accelerator Program sort of informational meetings. So this is something that the Digital Accelerator Program, thanks Michelle, I appreciate that. It's pretty easy choice this morning. It's a program that we've had for quite a few months now that we've been rolling out little by little, and we decided it was time to really kind of have an informational to fill everybody in on what this program is, what the components of it are, what the program isn't, and then sort of what our what sort of the ideal candidate and relationship is for this program. So I'm here. Tracy Bacciagalupi, your president of marketing, is here. Trace, I feel like I'm probably gonna kind of take charge, and if you want to stop in at any point, just add whatever you want to add. Okay, cool. I see you're nodding along. So we're going to kind of dive right into what this is. So let me pull over this little presentation slide here. I've just recently started my dual monitor setup, so I feel like a cool kid again for the first time in a lot of years. So I want to kind of give you guys, this is the lowdown, this is what we're looking at. We're going to talk about why Digital Accelerator. Before we even get into what it is, why do we have this? What is the program? What does it include? The keys to success. We're going to go over what it where we've really seen it flourish over the past few months. Some great testimonials that we have from our agents who have been successful in the program, and then sort of what to go, where to kind of go if you're interested after that. So let's kind of start with the why before we get into it. So let me stop sharing my screen so you guys can just see my lovely face this morning. So the why. Why did we start Digital Accelerator? And it was because we were listening to our agents. I've been with this company, Tracy and I both have been with this company for just under 5 years now, creeping up on 5 years, which feels crazy to me that it's been almost 5 years. But one of the things that we've heard from day one with our social media training, with our Moxie tool trainings, with any of those things, is that I need someone to do it for me. I'm too busy selling, which is one of the best problems you could have. I'm too busy getting the listings and working with my clients and keeping up with them. It's not my strong suit. It's not something that I kind of flourish with. I need someone to do it with me, and it's something that we kind of tried to before we kind of launched this program late last year. We'd spent a good 18 to 24 months really kind of talking about what we wanted this to look like. Because the other thing that I'm very aware of, and I'm sure a lot of you as agents are aware of, is that you are inundated with third-party companies trying to get you to sign up for these products, for a monthly service they have, or they're going to post 4 times a week to your page, or they're going to put these things out there, and they're going to do ads here or there. And some of the really reputable companies are great. They have really good tools. They do great stuff. But there are a lot of them that are a little more conniving, right? That their goal is to sign you up for something and get that charge from you each month on your credit card and not really provide much value. If you've ever heard me talk in any of my social media trainings before, you know that to me, the number one priority with social media as an agent is value. What value are you providing your consumers, your sphere, your clients? And it's the same for us as a marketing group. What value can we provide? So when we talked about some sort of program where it was a service where we run ads for your social media, we run post content and work on your website, that was the number one thing we thought about, was how can we make this, if we do this, it needs to be valuable and it needs to have business-oriented goals. It can't just be something where we post 3 times a week and we call it a day and we move on and stuff like that. It needed to be powerful and effective. What came out of that? Months of kind of brainstorming and whiteboards. I mean, I literally bought a whiteboard just to start brainstorming for this, and of course, now that we're moving, it's packed up somewhere. But what came out of that was the Digital Accelerator Program. And so the why was because it's something we heard there was a need for, a desire for, and we wanted to make sure we provided the best product that we could. So that's why we created what it is. What I want to move on to now is, what is the program? And this is a key here, and I'm really glad that all of you are here on this call today because oftentimes things can get lost in translation, can get lost in telephone. And we've had agents kind of call us about the program and say, hey, I've heard that you do this and this and this. And it's like, well, that's not really true. A lot of that's kind of true, but, we've got some changes here or there. So I'm glad that you guys are here to get it from the source. I'm going to embarrass some people in a little bit because I see all three. We call them our DAPers, our digital marketers. All three of the DAPers are on this call, so you're going to meet them in a second, and I'll probably make them come on camera just because I can. But that's not the point. So I want to talk about what it is and where you can find all of this information, because of course we do have a page for this on Schmidt Resources. So what Digital Accelerator Program is it is a digital marketing and branding program to help, as the title says, accelerate your digital marketing. There are 3 different levels that we have in this program, and of course we're going to go through all of those in a few minutes here. But the idea here is that we connect you with one of our digital marketers, and you build a relationship with that person. So one of the things that we've always strived to do as a marketing group is be personable. You know the person you're working with. You've spoken with them on the phone. You've worked with them on a Google Hangout or a Zoom call. And the other thing that I've always been big on, again, if you've ever been in any of my trainings, I'm a huge believer in that you are your business. Your listings are going to come and go, and that's what you're buying and selling, but you are the person that people want to work with. You are the reason people work with you. And so it's not something that you can just always just automate to a certain degree. You still have to be present and part of it. And so when we talked about this program, our question was, how can we still incorporate that? And so we've got our digital marketing team who are also all graphic designers who make these assets, who work on these ads personalized for you. You build a relationship with them. They learn your voice. They learn what is important to you. I think Tracy's got a dog in the room. I think I just saw a tail there. They learn what's important to you to make it work. And I have there's such a great example I saw fairly recently where one of our digital marketers did their very first ad for one of our agents. And the agent kind of reached out and was like, hey, this isn't exactly what I was thinking of. She had gone off of the feedback that she had received originally, but she said, this is kind of more what I'm looking for, and this is more sort of my style. So they redid the ad, they put it out there, and I saw it on my personal social media feeds as an ad, and it was one of the best performing Instagram ads I'd ever seen, just from my point alone, let alone seeing the analytics. And so what was really cool about that was that what made it effective was not just the skill that our digital marketer brought to the table, but it was also the conversations and the collaboration that got to that point. If you guys know our Schmidt family of company core values, collaboration is one of them, and that is one of the most important aspects to this program. So the 2 things that I want to do real quick is I want to show you guys the page on Schmidt Resources and where to find it, and then I'm also going to introduce you to the team, and I hope that they're all like, oh no, shoot, I'm not going to embarrass you that much. I'm just going to show your headshots. But so if you want to find everything you need to know on Digital Accelerator Program, you can simply go to schmidtresources.com, hopefully a website you're all familiar with by this point. You can go to any of your regions, Michigan, Ohio, Florida, or the U.S. Virgin Islands, and right there in that top row, you're going to find a Digital Accelerator Packages square. So we're going to click on that, and this is going to be all of your Digital Accelerator information. We're going to talk about the packages themselves, the levels we have available, and then one thing we're really going to drill down on after that is what DAP, well actually we're going to start with what DAP is, but then we're also going to talk about who the ideal candidate for Digital Accelerator Program is, because there are a few key components that have really made this program flourish for a lot of our agents. So let's talk about what it is, because this is one of the big things that we've seen some sort of I don't know if I'd say miscommunication, but some confusion on. So Digital Accelerator, like I said, is a digital marketing program that is built to, depending on the level you're in, help increase your social media presence, help increase your web presence, all of the above, but really get your branding out there, get you marketed as a professional, as a realtor, as an expert in your market. So this little section right here really kind of dives down into what the makeup of the program is. So a good portion of it, about 50% of this, is focused on brand reputation. This is how you are viewed by the consumer. Do they trust you? Do they trust your brand? And then, of course, one thing that Tracy is huge on that I completely agree with, what is your unique selling proposition? What makes you you? And everybody has that. I get this a lot from agents that you don't think you do. Everybody has a unique selling proposition. Everybody has a reason why someone's going to work with you. So that's about half of the program, is getting you out there consistently. Because that's also one of the things that I feel like our agents miss a lot, is consistency. You can't just do an ad for 3 days or for a week and say, oh, Facebook ads don't work. I didn't get 15 leads from it. Consistency is what builds brand marketing. It's the same reason why a company doesn't run a commercial for a week and say, well, I guess TV advertising doesn't work, or a radio ad, or put up a billboard. Consistency is key. So that's about 50% of the program. 40% of it is focused on marketing your listings, whether they're new listings, sold, open houses, things going on in your market. Now, we'll talk about this as we go on, but this is one of those collaborative points, right? It's up to you to deliver that content to your digital marketer, and they make it look pretty. They make sure that it is digital, kind of social media forward, and they market it correctly. But you need to fill them in on when you have a new listing or when you have a sold and stuff like that. And then the final portion, so if we're doing some math, 50 plus 40 is 90, that leaves 10 left over. It's been a long time since I've done math, but still checks out, is focused on lead opportunities. So all of these things, I never like to silo sections, right? Like brand reputation is one thing, listings is one thing, lead gen is one thing. Oftentimes they all blend together. There can be ads with multiple objectives, but when we are effective with the listings, when we're effective with the brand reputation aspect of it, that generates lead opportunities. Now, again, a lead opportunity is a consumer that has expressed interest in one of your real estate offerings. It could be a listing that you have. It could be a free home evaluation, a custom report for your area, something that you or your brand has to offer. Now, the thing to keep in mind with leads is that they have filled out a form and expressed interest, but short of that, they could be anywhere in the cycle. We have had people within Digital Accelerator and just doing Facebook ads in general, maybe with Social Ad Engine. We've had people run an ad on a Thursday and we're showing properties to those people on Saturday. We had someone get a Digital Accelerator lead and I want to say it was 7 to 10 days later, started working on 2 listing opportunities with one of those clients. We've also had people where you get them into your funnel and you've got to set them up on a drip campaign. That's where the Moxie campaigns comes in. That's where the previous Zap campaigns come in. A lead opportunity does not necessarily mean that they are ready to transact that week. So that, our job as the digital marketing team is to provide you those leads. And we'll talk about this when we get to this other section here. It's then up to you to work those leads, to reach out to them, to stay on top of them. That speed to lead is huge. So, all of those pieces together make up what Digital Accelerator is. It's 50% brand reputation, 40% listing and market-based stuff, 10% focused on lead opportunities, and all of that together with an amazing digital marketer, you've got a Digital Accelerator. So, speaking of those amazing digital marketers, let's take a look at your digital marketing team, the people that you will be working with on this. So, of course, like you can to see our design team, if you're on Schmidt Resources and you go to your marketing group right here, you're going to be able to see your entire marketing group. And here, right here, row number 2 is your digital marketing team. Now, we do have a 4th digital marketer who just started with us named Kate, and I see her on the call. Hello, Kate. She is in the onboarding process right now, but the 3 that we have up and running are right here on screen: Brittany Anderson, Haley Kuhn, and Nicole Coughlin. I saw Brittany had her camera on. I don't know if she's still there. She goes, "Hi, Brittany. Want to wave to see if people can say hi to you quick?" So there's Brittany. I know that. I wonder if I go back to my screen, if I can get Haley and Nicole to come on camera, but I don't know if they're going to want to do that. And I'll probably hear about this on Slack later. But this is your digital marketing team. They are some of there's Nicole. I see her on camera now. Hi, Nicole. I'm trying to scroll through. I don't see Haley, but Haley, if you're here, you can wave and call it a day. So it is an absolute pleasure to get to work with these 3 people every single day. They are so skilled at the digital marketing part of it, but the part that I always, for whatever reason, sometimes forget about is how skilled they are as designers too. And looking at some of the content they come up with for our agents is just mind-blowing to me. The creativity that they bring to it, their customer service skills Brittany has been here a little bit longer than Haley and Nicole, and every time I hear a piece of feedback from one of her clients, from any of them, but from Brittany's clients, they are just floored by how easy she is to work with, how responsive she is, and how great all of these people are at their jobs. So Brittany, Haley, and Nicole are our digital marketing specialists and designers that work with you in the Digital Accelerator Program. If you, as an agent, decide that it's something that you're interested in, you will fill out this form that we'll talk about at the end, and then Tracy and I have a conversation about who we think you as an agent will have the best sort of work relationship with, and that's based on a bunch of factors. But the best part is there are so many people that Tracy goes, okay, so we have to assign so and so to one of the DAPers. Who do you think we should assign them to? And I kind of sit there and I go, honestly, any of them, like any of these three people could easily work with any of our agents, and it's so much fun to see some of that stuff happen. So Brittany, Haley, and Nicole are the people who keep this program going, and if you ever get the opportunity to work with any of them, you will be very, very happy with how that goes. So that's the team. They're the people who are working with you on a day-to-day basis. Let's talk about the program itself. So up until about, I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago, we had 3 levels of Digital Accelerator. And that's still technically true, although the first level we split into 2 levels because, again, like I said earlier, this was born out of listening to our agents and what they wanted. And so we then, we kept listening and kept hearing more things that our agents wanted, so we've already added a new level. So this whole program is built around, unsurprisingly, social media and our website packages, our website program. If you don't have those set up, let's take a look at this top bar right here, getting started. If you don't have a business page set up or a Google business listing or your website figured or set up, and I mean literally like, hey, I've got it there to use, you can purchase the Getting Started package. Now, keep in mind, before we dive into this is besides the actual physical deliverables you get from the marketing group, this is our first paid service where you pay into it monthly, and so there's ad spend that's included with this. There's a lot that's included, and so we are going to talk about. I mean, we're not going to hide from it. Obviously, these are monthly costs, but I still to this day. I mean, this happened actually just last week where I got an email saying, "Hey, you should sign up for our real estate digital marketing package," and the lowest level was double our highest level. So we worked really hard to make these pricings not just competitive, not like, oh, we want to be able to. No, we made these to make them as affordable as they can with the most bang for your buck. So this Getting Started package, this is a one-time fee. This would not be a thing that you pay for monthly moving forward, but it is a one-time fee to set up and create a business page for you, for Facebook, for Google Business, to set up your Moxie website, your homepage, and to get your listings to leads figured out, to get everything oriented for the rest of the package to be successful. Now, this must be purchased with a Digital Accelerator monthly package. This is not a kind of one-off thing that you can get on the side. It is something you can get in addition to this. And we kind of have about a 30-day sort of window for this to work on. So, for example, and we'll get into this, if you get the Getting Started package and our social media package, our presence, after those first 30 days or so, that website stuff is going to be taken care of. And you will kind of be handed the reins back to that website part. And Corinne, you are asking the question that I am absolutely saying right now. Once set up, can we take this back over? Will we have full ownership? Absolutely, 100%. And that's actually a really important point for the rest of this package. Yeah, I think I did answer it right as you wrote it. At any point, so obviously this includes social media posting on your business page. This includes working on your website for you. You will always have complete access to all of these things. We will work on these for you. We will post for you. We will, tweak your site and stuff. But it's not like at one point, it's not like, okay, well, I'm giving Haley all my stuff. Now I don't have any. No, it's never going to be like that. You will always have access to your social media. You will always be able to post and work on things as we go. So I'm going to answer that a little bit more fully in a second here, Corinne. But yes, you will have full reins and full control over that. So besides the Getting Started, we have 3 monthly levels. We have Presence, Plus, and Premium. Those are the 3 levels of Digital Accelerator. Now, as you can see, the presence package is what we have divided into 2 different levels. We have the social presence and the web presence. And basically, what we kind of ended up doing, and I'm gonna start talking in circles, but we're gonna go from square one in a second here, is that we took the plus level, which is a lot of social media work and a lot of website work, and then we split them in half for presence. So one part of presence is social presence. And you can see all of these points here. We'll go line by line quick. Posting to your Facebook, to your YouTube, and LinkedIn if you have them. 4 to 5 weekly posts on your social media page. Now, that's not ads. Those are posts, right? That's content. That can be articles. That can be graphics that the team makes for you. It is sort of organic content. Your Google business listing. If people Google your name, do you have a profile that comes up? Posting to that for you, making tweaks to that as needed. And then, of course, the advertising part. So with each level, we have what we kind of call a target amount of ads, a target ad quantity. And this is because I am a big believer when it comes to social media marketing that I would rather see fewer ads that are more effective with bigger budgets than a bunch of ads with a lot of little budgets. So for easy math, if you had $100, I'd rather see you do 2 campaigns for $50 a piece than 10 campaigns for $10 a piece. Because that's, when it comes to the way the Facebook auction system works, when it comes to the way the algorithm works, bigger is better. So on each level, we sort of have a target of quantity of ads that we don't want to surpass to make sure that we are doing the best sort of ad that we can. So right here, we've got, for the social presence package, delivering up to 15 lead opportunities a month and up to 2 targeted ad campaigns. Now again, even though if you're part of Digital Accelerator, if for whatever reason you want to run your own ad on the side, a 3rd or 4th ad per month, you can do that. You can do whatever you want to your page, but we are the ones here who are here to optimize things to make the most effective campaigns that we can. Now, if you take a look at these asterisks, I think I said they're asterisks. That's a hard word for me to say for some reason. These are the same across the board. All ad spend is included in each of these monthly packages. You will never spend more per month than the amount. So this social presence, this base level is $250 a month. You will never spend more than $250 a month. We're never going to go, oh, we added an extra 20. Oh, we need 50. Never going to happen. The lead opportunities can be reduced at your request. So we have had this quite a few times actually, where our marketers were generating so many leads that a couple of our clients said, hey, can we pull back on those now? Can we cut this off for the month? I want to focus more on branding for the rest of the month. And then there's a commitment of 1 Zoom session per month with your digital marketing specialist. So no matter what, if you sign up for any of these programs, if you get sort of enrolled in Digital Accelerator, you're going to have an onboarding call, which is where you and your digital marketer meet. You kind of go over logins, you give her access to everything, and then moving forward, at least once a month, depending on the level, you're going to have a call where you're going over the success of the month before, how your ads did, anything you want to focus on moving forward, basically to touch base and be on the same page moving forward. Now, that is not, of course, the only time you're going to get to interact with them throughout the month. You can email them at any point. You can call them to have discussions at any point. But that once a month Zoom session is very important for the success of this program. So that's the social presence package. Let's take a look at the web presence. This is the one that we just added about 2 weeks ago. The web presence package is sort of the other side of the coin. Website focused. So you'll have your Moxie website will be taken care of for you. A custom homepage, custom searches, community pages built, review and brand reputation management, which is taking your reviews and making sure that they look good on your website, making some graphics, and then a Google ad campaign for direct website traffic. Now, there's an asterisk here for this. You can take a look at the double asterisk here. This is the one package that does not include a lead generating aspect, because from the website portion of it, we do, as you can see, a Google ad campaign. And with Google ads specifically, consistency, driving to a singular place, is hugely important. So this one specifically is even more so focused on brand recognition and growing your brand, your name in your markets. So for the web presence package specifically, it's a little bit more. It's $275 a month specifically. It's a little bit more. It's $275 a month because we want to make sure our Google ads have a little bit of a higher threshold for effectiveness. This one package does not include a lead gen portion. It is all marketing and traffic based, branding and traffic based. Now, does that mean you're not going to get leads from it? No, you very well may get leads from one of these portions, and we'll talk about that on the plus level here in a second. But the main focus of it is branding and website traffic. And again, a commitment of one Zoom session a month with your digital marketing specialist. And this 6-month thing we're going to talk about at the end here. So I'm going to cover that once we move to the next section. So those are the presence levels, social or web. You can choose either one of them. You cannot do both, because if you do both, you're on the plus level. So let's talk about Digital Accelerator Plus. Plus is sort of a combination of those two and a little bit more. So it's going to have the posting to social media. It's going to have to Facebook, to YouTube, and to LinkedIn if you leverage LinkedIn. The weekly post to your business page, your Google business listing. It's sort of like all of the above and some more stuff. So this is where we go to full company provided website SEO management, search engine optimization. Any content we add to your site, we make sure is search engine optimization oriented. Meaning we're not just taking the stuff you send us and throwing it up. We're formatting it, we're adding the text, we're headlining things the way that Google crawls these pages. And included in this as well is a Google ad campaign directed toward your website for some traffic. This is where a new feature gets added. We have a monthly curated and ready to send Moxie newsletter. So as you can see, Moxie is a big component of this because this is the website that we leverage as a company, and it is what our team is trained to work on, and we would not use it if it did not work. A monthly newsletter is created for you. Now, what happens with this newsletter is your digital marketer is going to create it for you, and they're going to let you know, hey JD, your newsletter is ready for the month of July. Take a look at it and send it out when you're ready, because you know your sphere. You know who you want to get this and who you want to get that. So we kind of put the ball on the tee for you, and then all you got to do is take that swing. Review and brand reputation management. Just to kind of dive into that a little bit more. I talk about this in a lot of our trainings. Reviews are so hard sometimes to manage because you can't get them to multiple places, right? You can't get a client to leave a review on Zillow and Facebook and and Moxie and Zap, all these places. So you tell your marketer, hey, this is where I funnel my reviews. I bring my reviews to Realtor.com, or I have them on Zap. We are then going to find other ways, and we have a list of these other ways to get those reviews out to your sphere. Whether that is through your newsletter, whether that is through your social media, whether that is through your website, we put those in as many places and in different ways as we can. And then, of course, we go to the final part, which is up to 3 custom landing pages for property marketing and lead gen, up to 30 lead opportunities a month, and 3 social media campaigns, not including the Google ad campaign. Now, one point I want to clarify just while we're here, you'll see that it says up to 3 custom landing pages for property marketing and lead gen. Why does it say up to, not minimum, or just straight up 3 custom? That's because this could change depending on what your goals are for the month. You might you might sit down with Nicole in July and say, okay, I've got my listing that I really want to market, but I also really want to focus on this. I really want to focus on, the myths of home buying and trying to debunk some of those. So maybe for the month of July, you've got 1 custom landing page for your property, and the rest of your marketing that month is focused on branding and brand reputation. That's up to you and your marketer to decide. So we'll always go up to 3 landing pages a month, but if you say, hey, I really just want to do 1 or 2 this month and focus the rest of our time here, that's your choice. That is going to be up to you. And then the same goes for the social media campaigns. We do up to 3 campaigns because, again, I don't want to split it more than that and have some less effective campaigns, but you could say, hey, I've got this one listing. It's my first luxury listing. It's $3-point-something million. I want to go all out on this campaign this month. Again, this is where that collaboration is vital with you and your marketer. Got a chat here. I'm going to get to that in a second, Leslie. We're going to actually end on that part. So hold tight on that question. The final level is Digital Accelerator Premium. So this is sort of the I was trying to think of a funny metaphor or phrase. I couldn't think of it. I'm sorry. This is the top tier level, designed mainly for our luxury agents, our global luxury agents, and for teams. So as you go through this package, you'll see, again, it's a lot of the stuff that we do on Plus, a lot of the stuff that we do in our Presence package, just all out for the luxury thing. So everything is upgraded luxury level. We've got your YouTube channel and your website. Everything is going to be turned luxury. Your content that we post is going to be turned luxury. Your website, your Moxie site, again, like we said, we have it up here as a template, but also the content that you share is going to be luxury based. Your newsletter, you kind of get the point of it here. And then, of course, the content that we post to your social media will also be luxury based, if that's something that you choose. If you are a team that wants to do this, the luxury part is part of the conversation. Say, hey, there's a team of 3 or 4 of us, and that's why we're on this top level, but we want to stay with CB Blue and residential. Again, it's up to you. And then once we get down to the bottom here, of course, more ads, more leads, more campaigns at the higher level. So our presence packages for social presence is $250 a month. For web is $275. Digital Accelerator Plus is $500 a month, and Digital Accelerator Premium is $750 a month. And again, like I mentioned earlier, this is just obviously one anecdotal example, but the email that I got from a couple weeks ago, their base package was $1,500 a month and did not include all of the things that we do. And yes, Leslie, this includes all ad spend. So Leslie asked, but this includes any amount that we pay Google, Facebook, etc. for the ads. Yes, this is the full fee. You will never, ever pay more per month than this. The only way that you ever would is, again, if you were doing additional ads on the side or something like that, which, again, I want to stress, you will never need to do that. But we've had agents who are like, oh, I really want to do this. Hey, knock yourself out. It's still your social media. But these prices are the full prices. That's the amount right there. And then when we get to that premium level, we do try to get you guys 1 or even 2 Zoom calls a month. Now, this is, again, one of those things that as you work with your digital marketer, that you're going to decide, hey, you know what? That first month we did 2 Zoom calls, but I really think we can accomplish what we want to accomplish with 1 call. So maybe you do 1 longer call a month. That, again, it's up to you. But what's important is that collaboration and that consistent communication. So these are the packages. These are the levels. You can go to schmidtresources.com and you can see all of these laid out here for you. One thing that you're going to notice on all of these packages, and we're going to actually hit on this in a second here, is that we ask for a minimum 6-month participation in this program. And the main reason that is important to this is that marketing is a consistent effort. You'll see that down here in a second. Marketing is consistent. You need to be able to do like we said, we can't just one and done things. And the people that we have seen in this program have the most success are the people who have stuck with it and collaborated with their digital marketer. So I want that to take us to this next section here. Are you ready for Digital Accelerator? And what we've seen over the past few weeks is that this section becomes more and more important as the market is hot, as listings, as inventory is low. This is a really important part of this program. So, are you ready for DAP? The ideal candidate has at least 1 year in the business and has listed and sold at least 1 property successfully. Now, is there leeway with that? Yes, there is. We have had agents who are a few months in who are killing it in their market, who were a very good candidate for this program. But to be completely honest, with the way the programs are at this point, this is not really something that if you're a new agent in your first 4, 6, 8 weeks, brand new to real estate, this might not be the right program for you, because just to focus on one certain aspect of it, the lead generation aspect, you need to be able, and you'll actually see this towards the bottom here, you need to be able to work the sales cycle from lead to prospect to client. You need to be able to know how to reach out to those clients, how to keep them up with things, stay consistent with them. And if that's something that you're not equipped to do yet, it might not be a great idea for you to join this program. But the second level here is, again, that 6 months, having the financial ability to commit to at least 6 months. Marketing is a consistent effort to be successful and experience the greatest impact. Starting and stopping is just not effective. Yep, Leslie, we're getting to that in a moment. That's the last thing. We're going to work on some testimonials here. Okay. This is, again, this third point. I know that I'm talking about how everything is important here, but that's that's why they're here in the first place. Has at least one listing, preferably two, at the time of sign up. This is something I have noticed with Digital Accelerator. This is something I have noticed in our own marketing. It's something I have heard on multiple groups through Coldwell Banker Corporate, with the marketing directors across the country, with other just lead gen Facebook groups that I'm a part of. Listings are key for lead generation in this market. And you having a listing, or even, again, multiple listings, is vital. Now, we know that even if you sign up with a listing or two, that doesn't mean you're going to have one every single week for the rest of the year. Having at least one or two listings a month is incredibly important for this to work well. However, if there's a period you're like, I don't have a listing right now, maybe I'm working on it, maybe I'm coming up to it, we can leverage office listings in your office. We were actually just talking to some agents, I think maybe 3 weeks ago, if not 2 weeks ago, who said that their manager asked 4 different agents in their office if they would be okay with people leveraging their listings, and all 4 of them said yes. So we have the ability, as long as you have permission from the agent, to leverage listings within your office. And we have seen very good success with that part of it. You need to be proficient in the tools that we provide. So you need to know Moxie to a degree. You need to know how these things work. Your MLS, again, that might sound like an obvious one, but you do need to know how to work your MLS. You do need to know how these programs connect, because when we start delivering leads, they're going right into Moxie Engage for you to leverage right there. You're not, it's not like a download and an upload. They're right there for you. So you need to know how to go in, to work on those, to fix those, and make sure that you are keeping up with the leads that your team provides. Because I have seen it before. Tracy and I both, we've been here long enough to see when there are agents where leads are provided to them through any variety of means, and they don't follow up with them. I did a test program once for an agent. When Social Ad Engine first rolled out, I wanted to test it, and I chose an agent. I said, hey, I'm going to leverage one of your listings. I'm going to send you leads. Are you okay with that? Are you ready to get those leads? Are you going to work them? Because I don't want to generate them and have them not hear back. And they said, yep, I'm totally, absolutely. Thank you so much for that. So we started it. The leads started pouring in, and I kept saying, hey, are you reaching out? Are you reaching out? And eventually, about 2 weeks later, they said, you know what? I'm just so busy. I don't have time. I'm not going to be able to reach out to these leads. And again, bring the leads down to a human level. These are humans, families, couples, individuals who have inquired about your real estate experience and expertise and knowledge. So the ability to work these tools and farm these leads is huge. Another, and I guess we just covered that point, be able to effectively farm the opportunities that are delivered to you. Another very important thing is collaboration. That's why it is right here. Collaborate. We'll collaborate with your digital marketer and engage the marketing group designers, which you don't even need to do. Our team, excuse me, when I talk this much, the voice starts to go. We'll collaborate with your digital marketer, who will do all of the design work for you and work on that, but you need to collaborate. Like I said, the example I used earlier, the first ad that our designer made for this agent, they didn't really get much feedback. They had a little bit like, I kind of like this, kind of like that. They didn't get much, but after that first time, they said, okay, this is more what I'm thinking, and they kind of looked at examples and went over certain aspects and messaging. That was when the program flourished. The other part of this collaboration is showing up for those calls. We are always going to have things that come up last minute, especially you as agents. You're going to have closings that are going to come up, inspections, what have you. That's always going to happen. But you've got to make sure that you're having these calls with your digital marketer once a month to go over, hey, this is what worked really well this month. What is it that you want to focus on for the next month? We will always lead you. We're never going to say, well, you tell me what you want, and if you think of anything, we'll do that. We're always going to take the lead and make sure that your campaigns are consistently running, but we don't know your voice until you share it with us. I got to take a sip of this water. I really lost... Really losing that voice there. That is crazy. It's never happened that intensely before. So that collaboration is a huge, huge part of it. So, George, that second level is Moxie and social media. So, you said that it's Moxie or social, but not both. It's all social. That's only true of this presence packages. Digital Accelerator Plus is both of those. That is the social media and the Moxie website section and the Moxie newsletter and the Google ad campaigns. So we provided a lower tier of each of those individually for someone who maybe wants to work their way up through the program, but both of those second and third level, plus and premium, is all Moxie and social media based. It's not one or the other. Both of those are both. So, like I said, the collaboration is huge, and working with your designer to just be, the more you can collaborate and communicate, the more effective this program is going to be.
Hey, Dee, I'm going to interject real quick.
I was just about to ask you to.
Yeah, I'm going to interject a little bit on George. There isn't just one fit of this program that fits every realtor's business, and we tried to break it down so that agents felt that they had options to choose from that helped them achieve the goals of their business in the budget that they can afford to invest. So that's why the packages are built and broken down the way they are. We also, as JD said earlier, did our best to keep them very affordable. These are highly subsidized by the Schmidt family. As JD said, even just at the presence level is typically about $1,000 a month for someone to sign up on that through a third party. We tried to really provide the value that an agent needs and that digital marketing that is so critical to their business to be consistent in all the time and really drive that cost down, but pack it with a ton of digital marketing. So there's lots of options to choose from. It's really about you picking what works best for your business and then moving forward with that on that level. Okay.
And thank you for that, Trace. Is there anything else you want to add about the ideal client? Because the next part, the ideal candidate, because I want to move on to some testimonials in a moment, but I want to make sure we cover this portion well.
Yeah, I mean, you covered all of the points that we wrote up, but the ideal candidate really is going to view their digital marketer as an extension of their team. They're going to collaborate with them and communicate with them and be that voice, because your digital marketers are not realtors. They're not out there working your business every day. That's you as the agent. So you have to translate that information to them so that they're speaking in your voice. They're going to design it. You guys are going to have content, discussions. You're going to have strategy discussions. You're going to have goals. You're going to do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you're the realtor. And you have to be able to drive that communication and collaboration as to where your messaging is and what your voice is like. And over time, your digital marketer is going to know exactly what you like, what you don't like, and what your voice sounds like. And it will only get that much smoother. That's one of the reasons why we ask for a 6-month commitment. And it is a minimum 6-month commitment, because there's a lot of work that goes into executing these packages and making them effective for you long term. And starting and stopping and trying it out like for a month, it just doesn't work. We would say you're not ready for the program, because once you see what's offered in each of those levels, as a realtor, as an entrepreneur in your business, what's going to provide value to you and what's not, because they all will. It's a matter of which package works best for you. So that 6-month commitment is very important. I would also say, back to Leslie's question, Leslie Barton, if you know how to do digital marketing yourself, you should not be in the program. You just really shouldn't, unless you are just so busy that you don't have the time to do it, and you realize that in order to grow your business and stay top of mind in the buyer and seller consumer base, you need someone else to do your marketing. That's what you should do. But if you're able to do it yourself and you're effective at it and you can nail all those points and generate your lead opportunities and do everything you need to do and still work your business, then you should do it yourself. Okay? Because that ideal candidate is someone who sees value from someone else doing it for them, whether it's because they don't have time and they don't want to hire their own staff person. I tell you, I work with agents every day who are like, I need to hire an admin person. I need to hire a marketing person. I need to hire a buyer's agent. I need to hire all these people. Well, I don't know if we all realize that those turn into salaries that are $30,000-$40,000 a year. You know, you have to really determine, can I relinquish this over to this person who knows Coldwell Banker and knows the value proposition, knows the tools and technologies, and can do this far more effective than I can, and let them do it for you, or you do it yourself, right? So it's time. It's don't want to learn how because you don't have the passion to learn how. You have no desire in technology and don't want to do any of this. That makes you a good candidate as well, right? So, but if you can do it yourself, I would suggest you do it yourself. Save yourself the money. If you've got the time and you know how to be effective, you should do it yourself. You really, really should.
And I think another level to that that you had sort of hit on, Trace, is the concept of imagining them as an extension of your team. On a personal level, there's also a level of respect that we ask to bring to this, is that timeliness, responsiveness, showing up for these things. You know, they are our if there's one thing that our team is amazing at, is it's wanting to be successful for you. We have meetings, our team has a weekly meeting, but we end up meeting at least once or twice a day, every day. Their goal every time is like, how can I do this better? What can I do to make this more effective? Or what have you guys on? There's all this collaboration within the team. And what we ask on that same level from you is it's just a certain level of respect of their time, of the work that they put into it, and just being as communicative and responsive as you can. And so to that point, I want to get to the fun stuff, which is some of our testimonials, some of the reviews that we've had about the team. So to date, and this is a rough one, I'm pretty sure it's actually over this now. As a whole, we've generated over 1,500 leads for our clients in the past few months. And that includes a 2-month break when we were sort of reinventing the program and moving some pieces around. Over 1,500 leads generated directly to you, the agents. I want to bring some of these reviews over here because I tried to take some of the names out, but there's one I left with Brittany's name in there that I just couldn't take that out. So these are just a smattering of testimonials that we've had from our agents, our clients in the program. The first one to start off pretty vague, which I loved, was just, I've definitely noticed a difference in the number of leads and people looking at my stuff. Because again, branding to a degree is about eyes. It's about getting more people to see you consistently in your market. The second point here was from one of our the newest clients in the program. I think they were only in the program for a week and a half, 2 weeks, and they told Haley, FYI, we've received about 35 leads just from the Dalton Ridge, the first ad that you did. I think that's more leads than we received over the past year alone. I love this next one. Sorry?
That's because that particular agent tried to do it on their own.
Yes.
And
yeah.
They're saying that that's more than I was able to generate for myself in a whole year. You did it on one ad in a week and a half, right?
Yeah.
So that's what makes that testimonial really special, is that agent tried. Mm-hmm. And a lot of agents are successful, but it's hard to really generate those lead opportunities. It really, really is. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a really cool testimonial.
I think the next couple are some of my favorites as well. Just want to drop you a note to let you know. I believe this was actually sent to Deanna, one of our directors in Florida. I just want to drop you a note to let you know how happy I am with Brittany. She understands what I want and is getting my message out to the social world. Such a great collaborator. I made the mistake of forgetting the word collaborator. I'm glad I stuck with this program. This next one, though, is one of my favorites. Oh my God, you made it so easy. Where have you been all my life? Don't change a thing. That's the level that we are trying to bring to you. The level of customer service and digital marketing is that we want everybody to think, where have you been all my life at the end of each of the campaigns. And then these are just a couple of things that I've heard from our digital marketers. One agent, like I mentioned earlier, was in the middle of getting 2 listings under contract from one lead that was generated through Digital Accelerator. And again, like I said, the lead generation is one portion of it. It's, as you saw, about 10%. But this bottom one is that one agent on the plus level, where a newsletter is involved, actually received a lead from his newsletter. A client loved the newsletter, forwarded it to a friend, who then called our agent and said, my buddy so-and-so sent me your newsletter, and I was hoping that we could have a conversation about buying and selling. So the goal of the newsletter is to market to your sphere, to stay top of mind. We were still able to generate a lead from that. Another one that's happened since I collected these is that this one made me very proud because one of our digital marketers helped convince an agent to start doing video. I don't know, I'm sure she's still on. Nicole had an agent who was like, I'm interested in doing video, but I'm really nervous about it. And she walked him through some best practices, some tips. And even within the first 2 videos, it was so funny because the first one the agent did was great. It was a great first video. But then the level, the difference between video 1 and 2 was huge. The work that he had put into it and the time. And I remember Nicole saying, I'm so proud that he was able to do this and get this up. And it was all because of the coaching that she brought to him through that program, or through their conversation. So again, and one other point that I want to add to this too is that when you start working with one of your digital marketers, you don't just have to work on Digital Accelerator with them. If you've got a new listing that you want postcards for, or flyers for, or any other sort of marketing collateral, go straight to your digital marketer because they can make all of those assets for you as well. Like I said, that relationship component is huge to us. So you building a relationship and working with them, not on just that, but hey, I also have any new business cards. Hey, well, yeah, I'll work on that with you. They're there for you.
Yeah, and that postcard campaign is a good point, JD, because there could be a really cool message that's going out in that postcard campaign that digital marketer wants to translate to a graphic and use that in some promotions out there in your package for you. So all really good options, all right?
Yes.
So, JD, let's show them where the form is to sign up.
Exactly.
So, if you guys are interested, again, JD and I are the type of people that will talk you out of something before we talk you into something.
Yeah.
And, if you're interested in Digital Accelerator and you feel that this would free up your time, really market your listings, attract new buyers and sellers, keep your brand reputation out there, because we're in a market right now, you guys, that's super hot, right? And it's super fast paced. But it wasn't that long ago, you guys, when listings sat on the market 6 months, 9 months, a year, in some cases 2 years. Our market will normalize again. Let's hope not for too long, but it will normalize again. And you have to be out there all the time, generating new opportunities for yourself. Building your sales pipeline is one of the most critical aspects of being a salesperson, right? Besides providing exceptional service. But your digital marketer becomes that extension of the team, but they're also an extension of your listing presentation too, right? You have a digital marketer that's going to be out there marketing that seller's listing to the most top buyers to come forward, right? Your fiduciary responsibility is to put as many buyers in front of that listing as possible to generate the best offer. And what do other sellers like? They like to see agents who advertise their sellers' homes.
Yes.
Not that are quiet and not doing anything. Sellers are always interviewing you digitally. Is your photography exceptional? Are you doing videos? Are you marketing properties? Are you marketing your souls? What are you doing? Are you putting yourself out there? And they want to see that, right? So again, that all ties back in to brand reputation, right? Putting you out there so sellers see, wow, this agent works really hard for their sellers. So JD's got the form up. It's right there in the square. But once you complete this form, I'm the person that's going to be reaching out to you because I do like to personally speak with every agent who is interested in Digital Accelerator, because I kind of go through a rigorous kind of discussion about why, and let's go through that program again and really make sure you understand it. And the reason why, and I'll talk you out of it if I don't think you're a good fit. Sometimes I still have agents that say, no, I still want it anyway. But I do that because you are spending your money. And we want to make certain that this program is going to do for you what your expectations are. And we're going to do it on our end and deliver. But sometimes agents maybe don't want to communicate or collaborate, and they just want to sign up and walk away. And if you want to sign up and walk away, it's not going to work. It really isn't, because that collaboration and communication between you as the agent and your digital marketer is critical. It is absolutely critical. So fill out the form if you're interested. I'll definitely give you a buzz and we will talk about it in detail. And if you're ready to go, JD and I are going to discuss what the best digital marketer is for you. And we're going to make an introduction and you're going to get started with your digital marketer. The first day of your program starts the day that you and your digital marketer start to onboard. That first onboarding call, and it's an exciting time. So, to date, the team has generated thousands of leads. And, agents are very focused on leads, but if you can't work the leads, they're not such a good thing. But they have generated thousands and thousands of leads. But I think some of the most critical components of this program are the brand reputation.
Yeah.
And the marketing of your business. Because again, I go back to the fact that you are being interviewed digitally first and foremost.
Yeah.
And for sellers to see what you do is critical. It's critical. All right.
Yeah.
Did I touch on everything, Julie?
I think you did. No, I think you nailed it. I mean, again, that just to kind of reiterate, think about the way that you internally vet other businesses or vendors before you go and work with somebody. We look them up online. We vet them. We see, do they post this? And we've had this too with our, with listing our home with the agents that we want to work with. Who are they marketing? Are they actually doing stuff? I've seen agents' pages, and thankfully mostly not in our company, but other agents' pages where they have not posted for 2 years on their social media. And if I were thinking of listing my property with them, that would make me hesitate because I go, well, what are they doing then? Right. And this also, after you've worked with your marketer for a little while, you've got assets to bring to your sellers, to your listing presentations, and say, this is just an example of what me and my team do, what your team and I do to market your listings. This is an ad that I'll run. This is a video that I've done before. This is a postcard campaign that we run. You're showing them this is what I'm going to do for your property. So that branding and property part is huge.
Yeah. One more thing I'll add is that the content that you work with your digital marketer, it's specific to you. We don't duplicate agent campaigns in this program. Everything is custom and specific to each unique agent based on their unique selling proposition, based on how they run their real estate business. So you're not going to see agents with the same ad out there as you. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's very custom and specific to your business, which I think is a really important point to drive here.